Hey guys, it's Rachele with Amethyst Ascension, and we are on day 7 of the 78 Days of Tarot, and today we are discussing the Lover's card, number 6. So we're going to get right on with the numerology. The energetic frequency of the number 6. The energy that the number 6 possesses happens to be the most harmonious energetic frequency of all the cardinal numbers. The vibration of the number 6 is one of a more feminine, biased nature. That is, an intermix of traits that are of opposite polarity. For example, the number 6 holds an energy of both idealism with stability, a higher inner wisdom with a down-to-earth practicality. These mental and physical elements combined end up being the perfect recipe for a peaceful and harmonious existential energy. Number 6 is the most nurturing of the single-digit numbers. It emanates unconditional love, compassion, and an instinct of protection and caretaking. Think of the most maternal or motherly energy that you have ever experienced. That is the energy of the number 6 to the core. Now add in a very grounded common sense that also contains such supreme wisdom. One that can not only solve problems logically, but also do so in a very fair way. It carries a frequency of analytical skill or analytic skill of the mother, alongside the domestic and familiar connection that relates to spouses, children, and domestic life at home. Now, the number 6 card in the major arcana obviously is the Lovers. We're looking right at it. Contrary to the belief of amateurs, this card is not necessarily reflective of love itself, but more so reflects major life choices and commitment. Oftentimes, this will relate to romantic relationships, but it also represents the energy given off by partnerships of any kind, such as in business, friendships, etc. When this card appears, the meaning is deeper than simply relationships and love. The illustration on the Lover's card portrays a certain sense of duality. A man and a woman are displayed, one standing by what is known as the tree of life, while the other stands near the tree of knowledge. It seems as though they are both debating on one or two choices, following their heart, intuition, and spirit, or following their temptations, which is responsibility in the physical dimension. Number 6 reminds us that we are always manifesting here in the physical realm, so we must keep our thoughts and actions one of unconditional love. This will always lead us on the best path along our journey towards spiritual growth. I got all this information from wemystic.com. Now, let's get on to the... Sorry, yes, you can hear Sully in the background as usual, making his appearance. So, the astrology is... It is often said that people born under the sign of Gemini, which it's the Lovers are associated with Gemini. Under the sign of Gemini are the great communicators of the zodiac. They are insatiably curious, talkative, flirtatious, and playful. One could say that same thing about the Lovers. The tarot card associated with Gemini. The Lovers are twin souls, with a wide range of thoughts, interests, and experiences to share and compare. They're quick thinking and smart, and they're versatile, lighthearted, adventurous, and inquisitive too. While the card can have romantic connotations, it's more important to note that the Lovers are kindred spirits who speak the same language and exchange thoughts and ideas freely and openly. Their love and affection for each other could just as easily be platonic as romantic. Most people put a romantic spin on the Lover's card, but Its astrological significance applies to siblings too. You might even think of a sibling relationship as a profound soulmate connection. In fact, most people have a longer lasting relationship with their brothers and sisters than they do with their husbands, wives, or romantic partners. Excuse me. I completely agree. I think my sister is like my twin flame, so to speak. I don't know if twin flame would be the right word. I think it is, but anyways, moving on. The Gemini glyph depicts Castor and Pollux, twins who hatched from the egg of their mother Leda, following her seduction by Zeus. They were great warriors, noted for their devotion to each other. Zeus created the constellation Gemini in their honor. Oh my gosh, and Soli is just running around like a friggin' crazy man. The glyph for Gemini looks like two people standing side by side, with their arms around each other, perhaps smiling for the artist who first etched their image on a cuneiform tablet. The sign represents the duality of two separate individuals working in tandem, one that makes the most of two identities, two ideals, and the intersection of two points of view. Both the Gemini twins and the two lovers in the tarot card represent a diversity of thoughts and experiences and the versatility and expanded point of view that a partnership can bring to any situation. The sign also describes the intersection of those viewpoints, primarily through communication, which it rules. People send and receive information in a variety of ways. Gemini covers the spoken word, written word, and body language. Together, the combination of Gemini and the lovers demonstrates that two heads are better than one, and that two points of view can coexist harmoniously. Gemini rules communication. It controls the free and open expression of ideas, and it lends a sense of magic to written and verbal messages. Gemini rules sibling relationships, because we so often learn how to communicate with others based on our exchanges with brothers, sisters, and related peer groups. Gemini also rules short errands and neighborhood trips, the kind we embark upon when we're first learning to navigate the world as children. Gemini is the third sign. It rules the third house of the zodiac, where astrologers look for information about communication, sibling relationships, and elementary education. Gemini, in turn, is ruled by Mercury, the planet of speed and communication. In tarot, Mercury corresponds to the magician sign, or magician card, sorry. Gemini is also an air sign. In astrology, just as in tarot, the element of air symbolizes intellectual energy. Gemini is ambidextrous. It's associated with the dual embrace of arms and hands. It also rules the twin chambers of the lungs, which control the air that we breathe and use to communicate. The sun is in Gemini between May 22nd and June 21st. The sign marks the third and final month of spring. That makes it a mutable sign. It's flexible, spontaneous, and adaptable to ease the transition from one season to the next. All right. So the next thing that we are going to go over, I'm just going to do a couple this time. So I'm not going to do that one. So we are going to, which I really like this one. This is the Universal Rider-Waite. This is from the Journey. Excuse me. Journey to the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore. And art by Julia Jeffrey. She is soft, all creamy whites and rosy pinks, as fresh and inviting as the hawthorn blossoms in her hair. He all greens and browns and tender despite his strength. He takes her hand, leading her away from the revelry and the celebration. It is quieter here, and they can hear the heavens conspire, crystalline spheres moving in concert and filling the sky with otherworldly music. Crickets and owls and wolves lend more earthy notes to the symphony. He pulls her in close and tilts her face up to his. Their eyes meet, and for a moment, nothing in the world exists but them. No, everything in the world exists, pouring its energy into their, into their love. The sweet emotions that they feel blend with their passion, a fiery champagne that makes them giddy, and yet they are clear-headed, feeling surer of themselves than ever before. Eye to eye, heart to heart, minds as one, they see each other and see their own best selves reflected back. With a few simple words, they speak their commitment into being. By water, fire, and air, their love is formed. Through a physical act, their love manifests. The space between their lips, one moment that space is infinite and filled with possibility, and the next it is closed, erased as they unite. Together they are more than they were separately. Together they have created something new. Not you, not I, but we. And that is an energy all its own. The divinatory meaning of this card for this particular deck says almost everyone likes to see the Lover's card make an appearance, especially if they are wondering about their love life. In such questions, this card is a good omen and much more than that. It speaks of a union, personal or professional, that not only is a good match, but also promises something extraordinary to come of the partnership. For the promise to be fulfilled through a conscious act, though a conscious act is needed. The crux of this card is decision. It lets you know that all the elements are there, but you need to make the decision. You need to move the last few inches closer to close the deal. You will know it is the right thing to do because everything in your body, including your heart, will tell you so. Just get your mind on board and seal it with a kiss, metaphorical or actual. Then watch what wonderful things come of it. Gosh, I just love, 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 love Journey into the Hidden Realm. And the cards are just so beautiful. And, you know, I'm kind of like a couple of days late and a couple dollars short because this would have been perfect for Beltane, right? The Lovers. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to show is... Oh, I love that. This is from the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake and art by Elizabeth Alba. So beautiful. All right, let's find the Lovers. Two witches stand in front of a bonfire holding hands. The smoke from the bonfire rises above them to form the shape of a female winged spirit. Her arms spread wide. In front of the witches sit two cats. Oh, so sweet. I love that. Their tails are entwined to form a heart in the middle. The mood is loving and warm. There is love here, both on the physical plane and the spiritual plane, and the sense that no matter what, neither of these people will ever be alone. The Lovers isn't as simple a card as it may seem. Yes, sometimes it really means romantic love, but it can also be about the power that love brings to heal and protect. These witches have chosen to stand together. Maybe they are lovers in truth, maybe friends or siblings. More important, they are there together making an otherwise mundane moment something magical. Because what is more powerfully magical than love? things to consider. If you asked about love in your reading, then the Lovers may be the answer that you were looking for, but it can also be about trust and love in general. Sometimes the Lovers can symbolize all the pieces coming together in perfect harmony. So if you are trying to make a choice, you may want to use this card as a suggestion to look into your heart to discover which option gives you that magical feeling of completeness and rightness. Beautiful. All right, and I'm going to do one more, and that is, I love this card for the Lovers. How wonderful is that? This is from the Mermaid Tarot from Lisa Robertson and illustrated by Julie Dillon. One of the longest relationships that we have in our physical incarnation is a relationship with ourselves. We spend the majority of our lives trying to reconcile the two parts that make us whole, the physical and the vibrational. Sometimes we see it as experiencing two different lives via two totally different selves. In much the same way, our young mermaid tries to envision what she would be like as a human girl with life on land. The relationship we have with ourselves is hard, messy, and oftentimes complicated. Why are we here? Why in this body? Why in this family? Why? Fill in the blank. The relationship that we have with ourselves serves as the baseline for all other relationships in our physical existence. Or in our physical experience, sorry. Learning to deal with the duplicitous self is therefore more important than most of us truly believe. The Lovers speaks of two energies, two pieces coming together to journey. It is a reconciliation of opposites for a more cohesive experience. This is the card of Gemini, the twin energies of the self as represented by our mermaid. Is she seeing the other part of who she is, or is she seeing who she wishes to be? This is one of the many questions the Lovers raises. Do you know? Do you know what your other half even looks like? Can you even identify the energy that surrounds your vibrational self? The self not tainted with ego. Making time to get to know yourself is important. Making time to love and honor yourself is part of setting the foundation for all of the relationships that come next. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me just show you the other cards. This is the Lovers from the Gilded Tarot. So sexy. This is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. And it's Harmony. That's so beautiful. I love it. Love all the green. Very healing. Healing. I love it. This is the Lovers from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. Beautiful. Even look at the towers back here. And the star, the sun. I love it. This is from the it's like totally the Shadowscapes. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And the last one we're going to look at is the Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine. The Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, and good health. So I'm going to bring back our original, which I absolutely love this card. You know, I was like late to the game as far as actually getting a Rider-Waite deck. And this was, is it Pamela Smith? Anyways, I'm really happy that I did, because look at all of the artwork in that. I mean, some of the other ones that I showed you were beautiful cards, but really this just speaks volumes. This particular card just speaks volumes. So, what I think of when I see the Lovers is pretty much what I read was it could be about self-love, and it's about duality, male, female, or female, male, male. It doesn't really matter. It's just like a duality of, you know, whether it's intellect and emotional, whether it's intuition and logical. It can be a really good sign if it is for a romantic relationship, that there is a good balance and there's harmony. And in the reverse, if somebody did read in the reverse, I would say it's probably the opposite of that, that, you know, there's something that's kind of out of sync a little bit, and, you know, to really consider what you think that is, and weigh in your decisions. But other than that, that's pretty much the whole thing today. Like I said, this is day 7 of the 78 days of tarot, and the card is the Lovers. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give me a like if so, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to receive future notifications of videos. All right, wishing you guys always love and light.